what up, Holmes? Still awake, still kicking ass. So, like I said, you thought I was joking around. Two guys showed up at my house. We'll call him Joe. We'll call this guy Schmo. I gave him a t-shirt. I gave him a Bialy. You come to my house. I teach you how to trade. I haven't slept in 40 fucking hours. These guys show up at 9 o'clock in the morning. They're going to bring me food. I got to freaking unfreeze a Bialy for this maniac. Luckily, he's a Jew. I have Bialys in the house. I don't know, this guy. I don't know. I should have frisked you before you came into the house, but all right. So anyway, we're here, right? So here, how about a live testimonial, right? So I invite people into my house to show them what's going on. And I was telling them about why I became a trader. And I was like, why did I become a trader? It was basically to hedge my risk on a portfolio that I own. So let's say I own 10 stocks. Normally, I'm only watching those 10 stocks, and I became a trader to protect my wealth. So the idea was, let's say I own Alibaba, and Alibaba's weak, so I'm looking to short Alibaba. It's not as cut and dry as that, but the idea was that today we were looking at all the stocks that I own. I got Alibaba, I got Yext, I got AMD, I got Twitter, I got Square, I got a handful of stocks. So I said, look, it's not just like, oh, it's going down, let me short it to protect my wealth. If they break a 1-minute VWAP and they start to roll over, that's when we're going to short it. So live, even before the market opened up, we had the Alibaba breaking the 1 minute. 200 shares short, stock tanked 70 cents, 140 bucks. Next thing you know, it goes back above the VWAP. And as I explained to them, if it gets back above the VWAP, chances are the shorts are going to want to cover. Let's flip the trade. Got back into the Alibaba long. Next thing you know, it pops up about 80 cents. Thank God that one we got out quickly, because as soon as the market opened up, what happened to Ali freaking Baba? You had the 1 minute rollover. Next thing you know, as I explained, it's really about that first half hour. That first 15 minutes is important. That next half hour is important too. Remember the Alibaba short at 206.25, rips down to around 203.50, made 3 points on the trade. So here's a stock that I keep screaming about how it's going to go to 250, and all we're doing is shorting it today. And that's where some people get confused, because if you're in the room, and I'm screaming about you got to own sale, you got to own sale, oh, this is going to be the greatest stock in the world, what were we doing today? Short and sale. Exactly. Short and sale. Why did we short sale? Same exact setup as the other trades. You had sale breaking new highs, all-time highs in the aftermarket. And again, how did I explain the VWAP to you guys? If it's so strong, why is it breaking the VWAP? Yeah. Sell it. Sell it. So if you don't own the stock and you're a seller first, you're what? Come on. What? If you're a seller first, what are you doing? You're shorting the stock. So if you're not a seller, so if you were owning sale, and I also explain it this way, if you own a stock and you're kicking ass on it, you want to take profits eventually. When do you take those profits? Hey, why not take the profits when the stock gaps up, rolls over, and breaks a VWAP? And if you know other people are going to take profits at that price, why not do it? But that's not the best trade of the day. Best trade of the day, OKTA. I thought it was AMD. Well, AMD was phenomenal also because that was cheap. But OKTA, point-wise, was the best trade of the day. Not only did it break an all-time high and it was gapping up, but again, breaking all-time highs on good earnings, why is it breaking the 1 minute VWAP? I don't know. I'm shorting it. So we waited for it to break the 1 minute VWAP, and it broke 58.35. Now, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to disillusion you or bullshit you. When it broke 58.35, we're already starting to cover this thing at 57.50, which is an amazing trade right there. But then it rolled over, and then we had the multi-day VWAP calling it down to 55. And at 57.50, we're already loving this trade. And then we said, could it go to 55? Why not? Let's give it a shot. So out of the 800 shares that we shorted, we hold down to 2. We covered most of it. And that last 200 shares, not only did it break the 55, but still short, turned into an earnings reversal. The stock went down to 52 bucks, where we said, all right, enough is enough. Let's cover it 52. And it still went down another $1 after that. So OKTA, we're shorting a stock that was at 61. Even though we shorted it at 58.35, felt like a chase? It's not a chase. Stocks that roll over on earnings reports go down 80 to 90% of the time. But like you said, AMD was my favorite trade because that one was just everything I loved about everything I love about trading. You got a stock that was breaking another I think it was like maybe a 1-year high or maybe a 2-year high, but never got past the 16. Couldn't get through the 16. We missed the first move through the 1 minute, but once it broke the 15-minute low underneath the 1 minute, we started shortening it at 1575, and you know me, covered some at 1550, but at 1550, we had a multi-day VWAP at 1532. So you know what? Why don't we buy some 1550 puts at 25 cents? Bang! 1550 puts at 25 cents. Next thing you know, they're trading at 55 cents. That's 110% on your money. I don't know if you had 100 contracts, 2,000 contracts, or one contract. Again, I'm not here about, I'm just setting up the trades for the guys. You bang them out. So while they're sitting there, we had one loser out of 8 trades. And the one loser, we lost 8 cents on a VRX trade when it broke the 20... When it broke the 25.50, it only went up 2 pennies and then rolled over on us, and we wound up getting stopped out at around 25.40 and 25.38. So we lost 8 cents, about 12 cents on the trade. But we made about $1.50 on Alibaba twice. We made about 50 cents on the AMD. We made money on the VRX prior to that. Then we shorted the VRX when it rolled over through the 1 minute. So these guys show up, and this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to do it. I did it live in front of the chat room. These guys are here. This guy's here. He's eating bagels. He doesn't. I don't know where he's. He's more strung out than I am. You look pretty good for someone that's been up that long. But that's what we're doing. I mean, come on. I can meet people. I could take anyone out there and teach you how to do this. It really comes down to whether or not you follow the rules. Because again, the VRX trade that went wrong, if you didn't cover it, let's say you bought it at $25.50 and the trade became a failure, it could have got real ugly for you. The stock pulled back about $1 before this nice recovery, so you could have got smoked on this trade. But the rules are the rules. Take your small losses and move on. And now, again, some of us are losing a lot of money on this Alibaba. We really got aggressive on it. But you know what? Sure, we're going to lose money on the 210 calls. Doesn't look good at all. But that was gambling. We knew what we were getting ourselves into. We thought breaks 210, we're going to 215 by Friday. Guess what? We were up 100% on those options, and now they're going to expire worthless. What are you going to do? You can't win them all. Sometimes you get a little bit greedy on a trade that should have, maybe you should have got out. Yeah, of course. Now looking back, obviously. But we offset the risk, or we offset the loss on the Alibaba 210 calls that we're getting smoked on with the short of the trade. So again, I love trading around stocks that I own. I feel so awesome that I'm even able to do that. So all the trades I did today were on stocks that I own that officially I'm losing money on today in my portfolio. Yext, AMD, Sale, SQ, Alibaba. I'm getting smoked right now in my portfolio. But every single one of these was a great day trade. And again, if you don't have a portfolio, these are all great shorts for you. And eventually you'll get to the point where you're day trading, swing trading, and investing. And there's no one better to learn it for all that shit. All right, well, say goodbye, kids.
Bye.
And these guys, what we're going to do is we're going to come back a month later if they choose to take this endeavor upon themselves and stick with me. I think you're already committed, right? He showed up with money to my house, too. He doesn't show up with bagels, but he shows up with cash in hand. So that was nice. So money's in hand. He's going to be a new guy. We'll see if this guy wants to sign up. And we'll see a month later whether or not our boy here is following the rules and making money. So that's it. That's it. That's it. So there you go. 8 out of 9 winning trades today, just based on the 1 minute rollovers and the VWAP breaks and the multi-day VWAP breaks. It's phenomenal stuff. Let me show you how to do it. Let me show you.
But Italy. Ugh.